Alright guys, in this video I am going to show you the WebGIS deployment in Ubuntu server process of this deployment, and then here I am going to use Nginx, Tomcat and PostGIS. So mainly what I'm going to reference this article, so I'll go through the step by step, and then I just want to deploy my WebGIS in the Ubuntu server. So for that, basically what we have to do is we have to set up our database, PostGIS database, and then we have to install the Tomcat, and inside Tomcat we have to deploy the GeoServer war file. And then for the Django project we have to install the Nginx and Gunicon, and then we have to configure it properly, and then we can just bind our IP, which is 8000 by default, the Django port, and we have to bind this port to the Nginx configuration, and then forward it to port 80. So that are the major things. So let me go to the my server desktop. So here I already installed the virtual machine, and inside virtual machine I have the Ubuntu 20.04 LTS version running here. But for the deployment, you don't have to create your own virtual machine, because this virtual machine should be provided through your server provider. So after that you will get the IP, but for me it's like just virtual machine, so it does not properly configured. But I'll show you how to deploy on this virtual machine, and also in the server the deployment process will be same as what I did here. So let me go through step by step. So I'll just move this screen half, and then I can just start or I can just type terminal, and then I can just go through the each processes. So first of all we have to uh, update this Ubuntu desktop and upgrade the packages. So for that I'll type apt update, and then of course I have this username as tech. So maybe you have different username, and for this username I set the password as admin. But of course you have to set the password, strong password, and the good username. And then after that you have to do sudo apt upgrade. But for me I already did this process. This may take some lots of time, so I don't want to do again. And after that, if you are planning to work from remote desktop, then you have to install the open ssh server. That means you can connect your server through the Ender terminal. You can access your server remotely, and then you can deploy everything in the server. So for me I think I already installed this package. But yeah, but in the actual case scenario I think you don't have to download this server, because the server provider should give you the this ssh ss, and so that you can connect to the server and then do your deployment. Yeah, so after that you can check the status. Okay, okay, now it's activate. That means it's running. Okay, So if you type IPA, that will provide you the IP address. So this first one is local, and then this one is the my IP address. So for me, I think IP address is this one, but for you, of course, it's the different. It depends on your network. So after that, you have to allow some this port. That means you have to open the port, so can you can access these ports from the outside remote connection. That means you can work on this 8080 8000. HTTP means 80, and SSH means port 22. So just I'll paste it here, and then yeah, now the rule is updated. And if you type sudo ufw and status, and it's now inactive, maybe you have to do sudo ufw enable, and then now it's enabled, and then again type status. So it will list out all the open ports in your server. So for me, these port are open, so I can work. So yeah, so now for the installation of essential tool, I list out some of the essential tools. So maybe this particular line will install the GDAL. So for installing it, I just copy it and paste it here. Yeah. Okay, so after that I can install this Python, and then pip, and then virtual environment. So this line will install the Python on server, and then Python 3 and virtual environment and pip 3. Yeah. So after that, we are going to install these common features like git, unzipper, and then yeah, GOS package, and then Vim as well. So you have to install this all. So I just install this Python, and then after that I will install this all three. Just maybe paste it here. It will go, the process will go one by one. Yeah. After that, you have to install this OpenJDK. That means it's the Java library. So you can install your Tomcat server. Uh, so we need, for Tomcat we need this OpenJDK. Yeah, just I'll copy this line and then paste it here. It may take some time. So okay, now everything installed successfully, so we can check this GDAL and Python, and then this Java version. So let me check GDAL first. GDAL info dash dash version, and it is printed 3.0.4. That means it's installed successfully. And then we can type, if we, let me check the Python version. So it's not found. Maybe I have to check the Python 3.8 dash dash version. Now it's 3.8.5. That means it installed successfully. And if I check the which Python 3.8, and then it will print out the python.exe file from our user bin in Python 3.8. So if I check Java version, so it will print out this OpenJDK version 11. So we install this OpenJDK, and yeah, now I think everything is fine. Let me clear out the console. Okay, now let me go to the virtual environment setup page. So here I have to just type this line, so it will create the virtual environment. Name is VNV. So yeah, and it's automatically activate. So for the activation of virtual environment, we have to type this line and work on VNB. So if you edit this bash rc file and then edit this line of code, export work on home to virtual environment and then source to this, and if you edit this line of code, then you don't need to always activate like this way. Source user, you just have to type work on VNB to activate the virtual environment. And for deactivating virtual environment, you can simply type deactivate. Yeah, so for me, I'll just edit this bash rc file. I think for me, I'm comfortable with vi editor, so I'll use vi editor and then .bash rc, and then I can add this line of code at the bottom of the file. So in vi, if you type esc, it will reset the command mode, and then if you type I, and then here you can see the insert mode. That means we can add our characters. So just I'll copy this line and then just try to paste it here. So now I pasted it successfully, and then if you type esc command, it will automatically reset to command mode, and then you have to type uh, colon and wq to write and quit. So just quit it, and after that you just have to type work on vnb to activate your, sorry, work on VNV to activate your virtual environment. It's quite easy. And okay, now we are in the process 3. So we have to install PostGIS database. So for that, you have to add the PostGIS repository to the our Ubuntu package. So I just copy this 2 line of code and then paste it here. It will automatically add the PostGIS SQL repo to our Ubuntu. So after that, I can install this PostGIS PostGIS SQL 13. So it's the latest version, and then we can install PostGIS version 3. So just paste it here. Yeah, and then just type. Yeah. So it may take some time to install the package. It's quite, I think it's huge. So let's see. Okay, now our Postgres is successfully downloaded. After that, you can just check the status first. Let me try to check the status. Postgres SQL status. So it's already activated. So maybe you don't have to type this Postgres start, because while installing it automatically started. So after that, we have to create the database. So as we created in the development version, so our database name is the GeoApp. I am going to the same app name, same database name as the development version. So, but you can create the di- different database name as well. So it says create DB error, database creation failed. Role GeoApp does not exist. Okay. Maybe this owner, I don't need this o tag, and then just geoapp. Yeah, it create the database, and then after that I have to create the extension PostGIS. So for that, maybe I can type sudo minus user postgres, and database is geoapp, and then the our command will be create extension PostGIS. Okay, now the extension is also created. So if you have the database backup file, so you can restore, but we don't have a database backup file. We are going to produce it in the server, so no need to follow this step. So let's try to install the GeoServer now. So let me clear out this console. And for GeoServer, of course, we need the Tomcat installation, Tomcat server. So the by default Tomcat server will be run on the Java environment, and then its default port is 8080. So we have to, for that we are going to add the user name, it is the Tomcat, and yeah, we added the user, and then we are going to change this user mode. That means we are going to add it to the www data group. So after that, I am going to install the Tomcat. So for that, just I'll copy this line and then just paste it here. So first line wget command will download the uh, this this Tomcat from this URL, and then after that this sudo tar xf uh, will extract the file to the opt tomcat directory, and then it will remove this currently downloaded package. So yeah, I think it's done. If we go back to opt tomcat, and then if we type ls, then our Apache Tomcat is listed here. So it's successfully downloaded, and then after that we can just create the symbolic link, because the Tomcat, this version 9.0.41 is always updating, and it may that hinder in further development. So just I'll copy this line and then paste it here, and it's updated. So now we have to change the owner and the owner of this opt tomcat directory. So owner and more. So for that, I'll just copy this line and then paste it here. So after that, we can again create the symbolic link for this JRE. So we downloaded Java at OpenJDK JRE. So I'll just copy this line and then paste it here. Sorry, it's not copied. Copy this line and then paste it here. So yeah, it created symbolic link. So after that, we can we have to edit, we have to create and update this Tomcat 9 server file, because we are going to we have to stop, restart and start this Tomcat 9. We need the control over this Tomcat 9 files, Tomcat server. So for that, you have to create this Tomcat 9.services file. So just you can, if you are familiar with Nano editor, you can go with Nano, but for me, I'm familiar with Vim, so I'll just copy this line and then paste it here. And it's the new file, so obviously it's going to be a blank file, and then just copy this, Control C, and then paste it here, Control Shift V. So here in the description, this is Apache Tomcat server, and then it will if the server is restarted, and then it will automatically start it. And here you have to mainly, you have to concern about this Java home and then Catalina home directory. So for us, Java home is user lib jvm.jre, which we already created the symbolic link for this URL to this URL. So we can use the this link. This symbolic link means this first URL and the second URL will be the same. So even if you added this link to the Java home directory, it will work properly. And then Catalina home is opt tomcat latest, since we created the symbolic link above here. So you can add this link as well. So after that, other things are fine, I think. And then you can type esc and then type colon wq to write and quit. So okay, after that you have to reload the daemon. That means the system should know the tomcat9.services file is added to the server. So okay, after that you have to enable Tomcat 9 and then start it. Okay, start. If you type the sudo system ctl systems, yes, yes, ctl and then status tomcat, sorry, tomcat 9, oh sorry, I type a mistake. Sudo systemctl, it will show you the active running. That means it's currently running. So we have the running server. So let me clear out the console. And after that we have to install the GeoServer. So for that you can just go to the temp directory, and then you can just download this geoserver.war file through this link which is provided by GeoSolution IT, or even you can go to the GeoServer uh, download page, sorry, here, and then you can just go to the GeoServer 2.18.1, and then you have to download this web archive file. So for that you can just copy this link address, and you can duplicate and paste this link to download this the latest version of GeoServer. But for me, I'll just download this GeoSolution IT geoserver.war file. So just copy it and then paste it here. Now it's downloading. So after that we have to just move this file geoserver 2.17.2.war file to the opt tomcat latest web app directory. So it will the tomcat will automatically extract this war file, and then our geoserver will be deployed in the server. So it's quite straightforward. And after that you can just get your GeoServer in the https localhost 8080 GeoServer. So let me download this file first. Okay, and now we have to move this geoserver.war file to the our Tomcat web app directory. So let me just move it. Now if I check the Tomcat status, sudo service Tomcat status, maybe Tomcat 9. Okay, here it's active and running. So maybe I can just cut it, and then I can check in the browser. So maybe I can just grab this URL. It shows HTTP not found. So let me check the error. Okay, so I just restarted the server. So okay, let me try now. Now my this Tomcat server is running in the browser. If I type the GeoServer, and now it's also running. So if I type admin and password is the GeoServer, which is the default one. So if I try to log in here, it will automatically log in. So inside layer preview, we don't have any layers, and now it's working perfectly fine. So we did everything till the process of 4, and maybe process 5 Django project implementation, which I need to download the code from GitHub, and then I have to install these dependencies, and then I have to change my setting.py file. These things maybe I can do in the next video, and then we have to configure this nginx and unicorn as well. So I'll do these things in the next video, and I hope you will enjoy it. I'll see you in the next.